Hello everyone! Today Nicole and I wanted to make a video regarding the question of whether or not you should marry or even just date somebody outside your religion. And of course, we think that the answer, it differs depending on the individual circumstances of each person. For example, you're a Buddhist, but you don't really take your faith seriously. You don't really care whether or not it's passed down onto your children. In this case, it would probably not pose too much of a problem to date or even marry somebody outside your personal religion.
But on the other hand, if you do take your faith very seriously, and if you are trying to date or marry somebody of a different religion, this could lead to some problems, especially if your partner also takes his faith seriously. When you and your partner are of different religions, you see the world through an entirely different lens, and you'll disagree on these fundamental questions like, what is the purpose of life? How did I come into being? What happens after death? Or what is immoral and what is moral? And when you have this disagreement on such fundamental beliefs, you can maybe develop an isolated feeling within a marriage or a relationship because you don't have this commonality with your partner.
Secondly, as Nicole already mentioned, dating or even marrying somebody outside of your religion means that they're likely going to come with their own set of morals and beliefs, and then of course you have your own set of morals and beliefs. And this could potentially lead to some kind of conflict there in the relationship. If, for example, you believe that contraception and abortion are immoral, but your partner doesn't believe that these are immoral. Now, these kind of huge fundamental issues are going to be very difficult to reconcile, and it could potentially lead to one person constantly pressuring the other, and this leads to the third point.
Thirdly, you might try to fundamentally change one another. And we'll use contraception as an example because most Catholics do believe the use of contraception is immoral. Let's say that we have a Catholic who is very strong in their faith and doesn't believe in contraception, who marries an atheist. And things might go fine for a while, they really love each other, but eventually the atheist starts to pressure their Catholic spouse towards the use of contraception because the atheist doesn't see anything morally wrong with it. And let's say the Catholic eventually gives in to the pressure, maybe for the reason because they just love their spouse and they don't want to see them unhappy. And so maybe things go fine for a while, but eventually this pressure to abandon your morals is going to cause resentment within the relationship. Maybe the Catholic will start to think, my partner doesn't love me, because then they wouldn't force me to abandon my faith, my morals, my principles. And I think the most dangerous part of this, especially if you have children, is that it will lead to separation or divorce.
Fourth, if you have children with a person from a different religion, how will you decide upon raising your children, especially if both of you do take your faith very seriously? Whose values and morals are you going to instill in the children? Whose church are they going to go to? Whose school are they going to go to? For example, a Catholic might want their children to go to a Catholic private school, but say they're married to an atheist who doesn't want his or her children educated according to Catholic morals and values. Of course, this could cause some kind of turmoil within the relationship. You could leave the decision up to the children, but then this might in turn cause some turmoil within the children because they might think, oh, I'm choosing one parent over the other. Whichever choice I make, it must mean I love them more. And it would be a very difficult situation to put them in.
Obviously, there are a variety of problems that you could potentially encounter while marrying someone of a different faith, but we just wanted to cover the most significant ones we could come up with. As Catholics, we're actually forbidden to marry outside of our religion for all the reasons that we just covered in this video. The Catholic Church sees it as more prudent, especially for the upbringing of children, to not put them in this sort of situation, and they would like to, before getting married, just have the highest chance of a successful marriage as possible. Of course, in your own case, this might not be such an issue. It might actually work very well, but that's your choice and your business.
Anyways, that's about it for today's video. We just wanted to cover this topic because we had a discussion about it recently and thought, why not? We really hope you enjoyed, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. I just wanted to take a super quick moment to remind you all that my new book, What Makes Us Girls, is available now for pre-order in hardcover and paperback. It's also available on my website in hardcover and paperback as signed copies. Now, of course, it's going to be available in ebook as well on launch day, and then shortly after that as an audiobook. Once again, primarily the book is targeted towards girls who reject third wave feminism feminism, but who still struggle to navigate everyday issues relating to lack of self-worth, inauthenticity, purposelessness, rejection, etc. That said, though, there is a chance that men might enjoy the book as well, just because at the very least it gives an inside look as to how girls think. So for anyone who's interested, all the links are in the description. Please do take a moment to check it out. Thank you so much for watching again, and I'll see you soon.